Manipulative methods they have applied plus attempted. A. Playing the victim sympathy play, RVO. The abuser will portray themselves as misunderstood, suffering, or being victimized by others, often you. The abusive person, S, will often express sadness, illness, or financial distress of a feigned or manufactured nature. This manipulation tactic appeals to their target's empathy by implicitly or explicitly asking for your help, sympathy, or emotional support. The abuser's goal with the manipulation tactic of reversing victim and offender is to shift the target's focus away from the abusive behavior and onto their supposed suffering, and to make the target feel guilty for calling out or considering the perpetrator's actions abusive. The end goal of this manipulation tactic is to induce feelings of guilt in their target and use those strong emotions to make the target forget about the abuse and shift them into a caretaker role. 1. Elicit positive affective response, methods, aggrandizement, subtle, overt, or exaggerated extreme, egg, false statements of being desired by powerful or influential people. Feigned assertions of target possessing superlative beauty, intellect, charisma, etc. Feigned offers of unearned positions, careers. Or roles of status, prestige, or influence. Feigned assertions of specialness, uniqueness, or the like. Love bombing, B. Removal of negative and/or aversive stimulus, usually a temporary removal, egg. Removal of feasibility, feigned or actual, a previously communicated veiled threat. Cessation of annoyance or mimicry, mockery, or disdainful, and contemptuous regard towards the target. Me, always temporary. Temporary cessation of degrading treatment of silence, pretense of non-existence, or pretense of subhuman status, or justification of inhumane treatment of target. E. Frequently target analogized to a dog, beast, or other animal, verbally ignorant of the taxonomical belonging of humans to the kingdom of Animalia. See application of positive and. Are relief-inducing stimulus, e.g., minuscule breadcrumbs of kind or positive regard. Feigned assertions of complete safety and security, always temporary. Dissemination of potentially true, or at least not blatantly false and propagandistic world news or current events. Media, D. Minuscule, inherently degrading, and feigned offers of belonging and inclusion, e.g. Statements are messaging aligning with the premise that with subjugation to our acceptance of the falsely proffered, altered, and rewritten narrative, or abandonment of integral beliefs and values, comes an end to the universal abuse in addition to wealth, belonging, blah, 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 etc. E. Obviously feigned and aggrandizing offers of celebrity, incalculable fortune, and wealth. Loveless or emotionless sex or other, to me unappealing and societally espoused aspirative sources of happiness, e.g. Feigned offers attempting to lure target, me, into compliance with false narrative and sweeping under the rug of decades of abuse and slander too. Repeat above, i.e. elicit positive effective response. See methods applied above in 1. Or with completely randomized application dependent on the current mood state or likelihood of imminent suicide of the target. Me elicit or provoke extreme negative effective response. 3. Intentionally inflicting negative regard on target S with every single external interaction methods. Contemptuous mockery, distorted mimicry, sneers, scowls, silence, and ignoring, feigned depersonalization of the above, as if all of these actions or omissions were not enacted on the target, me, with the purposes of 1. Cultic religious recruitment. 2. Cultic religious scapegoating and venting of animus-based frustration and discontent of religious cult members with personal lives. 3. Gaslighting of the target, me, by means of denying the reality that all actions are personalized to the target in, that the enactor of these displays of undeniably hatred and degrading negative regard do so with full knowledge of the target's, my, identity while pretending that these actions are doled out repeatedly by unwitting strangers with no connection to one another, and all without malicious intent. 4. To attempt to install and enact fearful compliance of the targeted individual, me. 5. While the target, me, is suffering from or recovering from induced negative affective experience, attempt to install false narratives, dichotomous and falsely universal asserted truths or axioms. fallacious beliefs, or fear in the target, me.